Hi guys! So this is a new YouTube channel, and I figured that although I did already post something beforehand, which was me and my friend Kimber recreating a Glee scene, which I promise once the coronavirus thing dies down, there will be more of that to come. I have a lot of big plans. But for now, since we were all forced into quarantine, I decided that I would do a little get to know me type of thing. So I'm gonna tell you just some basic information, and I also asked everyone on TikTok to send me some questions. If you aren't following me on TikTok, what are you doing? Anyway, so I'm just going to start with a little bit of basic information and then we'll go on to the TikTok questions. So my name is Carson, I am 19, I am finishing up my sophomore year at college, which is crazy. I am a media and journalism major with a minor in queer studies. Okay, so now let's get into the TikTok questions. Sorry. Okay, we're just gonna go in order. Also, a lot of these questions are about Glee just because that's what my TikTok account mainly is. So if you haven't watched Glee or finished Glee, I know there are a few questions that might produce small spoilers. Nothing big, but there are a few things. Did you like seasons 3 and 4, or am I the only one? It's really hard for me to pick a favorite season, but honestly, seasons 2 and 3 are my absolute favorite seasons of Glee. I love them very, very much. Season 4 is also really good. So, no, I don't think you're the only one. I know a lot of people who really, really enjoy those seasons, so I definitely don't think you're the only one. Do you like season 6 of Glee? That is probably my least favorite out of all the seasons, but I do still really, really enjoy it. What's my coming out story? It's really long and complicated, so that will probably, if people want it, end up being a complete different video just because it is long and complicated, and I feel like it's something that warrants its own whole video. Do you like Marvel, Percy Jackson, Harry Potter, etc.? I like Marvel a lot. I'm not too into Marvel or Harry Potter, but I do really, really enjoy the movies, especially Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That is one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. I love it so much. Harry Potter, I'm a Ravenclaw. I am that person who will announce it at every given opportunity. The only one of those that I don't really watch is Percy Jackson. That was one thing that I never really got into that much. How and when did you start watching Glee? I started watching Glee when it first aired, just it would come on and I'd be like, oh cool, I'll watch this. And I definitely liked it, but I wasn't that into it. It wasn't until my junior year of high school where I was like, oh yeah, I remember Glee was a really cool show. I should rewatch it just for the fun of it. And then I just fell into the abyss, and I haven't shut up about it since. And it's been what, 4 years now? Yeah, 4 years, yeah. Top 10 favorite movies. There are a lot of questions on here asking for my favorites, and I'm so bad at picking favorites. I don't know if it's because I'm a Libra, or I'm just really indecisive. I'm picky. It's really hard for me to pick favorites, but the ones that I can think of right now are, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I already said that one. Struck by Lightning, It Chapters 1 and 2. Tangled is a really good movie that I love. What are other movies that I love? That's all I can think of right now, but there are definitely a lot more out there. What inspired you to start making content for TikTok? So about, I think exactly a year ago, in this month, a bunch of my online friends were like, we should do a TikTok chain where we all cosplay different Glee characters. And I was like, I just finished making my Warblers uniform, I'll be Kurt, this will be so fun. And I'm pretty sure all of us deleted ours by now, but we did do that, and then I just got sucked into the abyss, and I have been posting ever since. And yeah, it's been probably a year now, because I was still living in the dorms. It's crazy. What is your favorite Glee episode? There's gonna be 10, but the ones that I can think of right now are Theatricality, Laryngitis, Preggers, Prom Queen, Duets, Original Song, Never Been Kissed, The First Time, Big Brother, I Do, Puppet Master, Tested, Bash, The Hurt Lockers Part 1 and 2 in Season 6. I told you, there are gonna be a lot. Favorite Glee song or episode? I already said the episodes. Glee songs, again, it would be a list of 100, but I do have a Spotify playlist if you want to check it out. You can't make fun of me for the name because I made it a long time ago. But I have all of my favorite Glee songs that I listen to the most on there. So, who's your least favorite Glee character? Probably Santana and Sebastian. I could talk for hours, and you're free to disagree with me. I don't care. I have friends who love Santana and love Sebastian. I just personally don't. For Sebastian and Santana, I guess, I just felt like they were bullies, and while they did have some funny one-liners, they didn't really have any redeeming qualities in my eyes. Especially that rant in season 6 that Santana gave to Kurt. Like, it's just really bad, and even Chris Colfer, who plays Kurt, and Naya Rivera, who plays Santana, have both said that that scene made them incredibly uncomfortable, and it was more so just the writers attacking Chris than Santana attacking Kurt, and both of them hated doing that scene. They both stated this on podcasts. It's not a good scene, and I don't like it. What's your favorite Kurt Hummel quote? My favorite, like, inspiring Kurt quote is probably, I think he said it in season 1 in the Gaga episode, where he said, I'm proud to be different, it's the best thing about me. That quote has been on the whiteboard in my bedroom at my mom's house for a solid 3 or 4 years. But like, the quotes that me and my friends say of his all the time are all the funny ones, like, calm down, psycho, or what is your problem, it's just a moist towelette. So, what got you into Glee? I already said that one. What are your other favorite shows, and who is or are your celebrity crushes? So my favorite shows that aren't Glee are probably, like, I love Big Mouth, The Office, Parks and Recreation, Stranger Things. I don't really watch a lot of TV shows, I just don't really have the attention span for that. I'm more of a YouTube person. And my celebrity crushes, there are a lot. Chris Colfer and Darren Chris, if that wasn't obvious enough. But other than them, it's probably like Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, Ed Helms, don't question me on that one, Eugene Lee Yang, Ned Fulmer. There are probably more, but those are the ones that I can think of right now. Favorite Glee character besides Kurt and Blaine, of course, yeah, because Kurt and Blaine are my favorites, but besides them, it's probably Sam and Sue. I love them both so much. Favorite Blaine moment. My favorite Blaine moment, he has a lot of really, really, really good moments, but I think my favorite moment of his was, spoiler, when he is asking Bert if he could propose to Kurt. Like, I don't know what it is about that moment that I just really, really love and admire, but like him rolling his eyes at Bert and just like, Kurt and I are soulmates, like I love that so much. Favorite color. My favorite color is blue. I like all shades of blue. I favor like the sky blue colors, but I like all shades of blue. What's your favorite hobby? I really don't do anything with my life except for like play video games, make TikToks, make stupid edits. Like, that is all that I do with my life. How do you imagine yourself in the future? In a perfect world, I am a famous TV producer making all kinds of super cool shows. I have a summer apartment in New York City, right in the heart of Manhattan, and I have a winter home in Los Angeles where my friends also live, and I go back and forth for my career and everything. Like, that is the dream. A little ambitious, yes, but do you have a favorite musical? If so, what is it? I love a lot of musicals. The ones that are definitely in the top tier are like Wicked, Falsettos, Beetlejuice. I saw Beetlejuice when I was in New York in October, and it was so good. So good. Ooh, top 5 favorite Glee couples and top 5 favorite Glee characters. I am gonna be honest, people are gonna get mad at me. I don't like a lot of the couples. That's just, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't like a lot of the couples. But my top 5, I'm including crack ships just because there are a lot of crack ships that I like as well. My favorite is obviously Blaine. They just like came into my life at a really important time where I was trying to discover myself, and they just really helped me. So they're my favorite couple. Heavens is my second favorite. Kurt and Sam. They were supposed to happen. They could have been so beautiful. Don't talk to me. Number 3 is Puck and Zizes. They were only a thing for a short time, but they were really, really good. And like, Lauren Zizes put Noah Puckerman in his place, and that's what he deserved. Brittany and Artie are probably my 4th favorite, and I just think what they had was really, really cute and pure, and you could tell that they did care about each other a lot. And I wish they would have, I don't know about been endgame, but I wish they would have at least lasted longer. And then St. Barry, I do think that Jesse is really the only person who is equally as dramatic enough to handle Rachel's amount of drama, so I think that they were a pretty good endgame. Favorite Kurt moment on Glee. My favorite Kurt moment is definitely in Prom Queen, when he was voted Prom Queen as like a joke, but he went up there anyways and he accepted that crown, and I always love his little "eat your heart out, Kate Middleton." That's definitely one of my favorite Kurt moments ever. Favorite top 5 songs. I don't know if you're talking about Glee, but I'm going to answer it not just Glee. That's also another thing that changes a lot, but right now I've been vibing with the entire Lover album. I have vibed with that entire album since it came out. I'm a Taylor Swift stan, I'm exposing myself right now. Lover and Reputation are her only two albums where I love every single song on there. Usually with all the other albums, there's like one or two songs that like I don't listen to that much, that I just don't vibe with as much, but her past two albums have been perfect. Who's your favorite couple? On Glee, Claim. Just in general, probably Shane and Ryland. They are very important to me. The last one, have you met any of the Glee cast? Yes. So I went to Chris's book tour this past October, and I got to talk to him then. It was really, really sweet. I loved it. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life. Immediately afterwards, I went outside and had a panic attack. My friend and I were supposed to high-five through Chris, but I just like froze up, because mind you, I have been in love with this man since I was 9 years old. I am 19 now, so that tells you something. So like I was so prepared to like high-five him and like make him something, but like the week before I just started freaking out and I didn't do it. And when I walked up to him, I just couldn't do it. I freaked out, but it was the greatest experience of my life. And literally we drove, so where I met him was in Naperville, Illinois, and I live in Michigan, around Ann Arbor. And so it was on October 3rd, because it was my mom's birthday. Me and my friend Kat drove the 4.5 hours all the way to Naperville. We were in the city for like 4 hours. We met Chris, and then we drove all the way back, and literally we got back to my apartment around like 2 in the morning, and that exact same morning at like 9:30 I had to catch a flight to get to New York to go to Elsie Fest. And that was like the craziest weekend of my entire life, because I met Chris, I met a lot of my online friends who live around New York that I'd been talking to for almost a year, and I got to see Darren perform live, and it was just like a bonkers weekend, but it was amazing. And it was my birthday weekend, so it was like the absolute best birthday present I could have asked for. I met Darren when he came to Ann Arbor over the summer for a music festival. That was also an interesting experience. It was supposed to be an outdoor music festival, but it started raining and they were like, oh, we're canceling it. And I was so bummed out because I was so ready to see Darren. It would have been my first time seeing him live. So I was really upset. So my friend and I, the same one who drove all the way to Illinois with me, I love Kat so much. We were sitting in Starbucks. I was really upset. But then I got a notification like, oh, we're moving it to this bar. And I was like, okay, we have to go. We're leaving right now, immediately. And so we ended up waiting in line outside in the rain for 2 hours before we ended up making it to the front. And all the people around there were like, we're gonna run in and we're gonna go straight to the front. So we're gonna be right next to the stage and we can like be close to Darren when he sings. But I was like, when we walked in, I looked at my friend and I was like, do you want to just like stand and chill out for a minute? So we just stood, we chilled for a second, and I look over and I saw Darren standing at the bar. And I, of course, started freaking out. He looked over and he and I made eye contact, and we were just like staring at each other. And then I immediately looked at my friend and I was like, you go over there, you talk to him, bring him over here. And they were like, no, I'm not gonna go talk to him. You're the one who's like in love with him, you go talk to him. And I was like, I'm about to scream right now, I can't go talk to him, you talk to him. And we went back and forth, and eventually I felt a hand on my shoulder, and I looked over and it was Darren, and he was like, I'll be the one to break the ice. I'm Darren, it's nice to meet you. And I was like crapping my pants. But like we shook hands, we talked for a little bit, you know, he asked us our names, how we were doing. I asked if we could get a picture. Here it is. It's the greatest picture of all time. And he was like, of course, of course. So he pulled us aside because where we were standing was like right next to the door. I don't know how the people coming in didn't see us talking, but he pulled me over to like the back corner of the bar. We took a picture, and then he was like, it's been amazing talking to you, but I have to go get on stage soon, so I hope you enjoy this show. Thanks for coming out. Have a great night. And then he left, and I immediately sat on the windowsill and had a panic attack. But that's it for this video. If you have any more questions that you want me to answer, maybe I'll do a part 2. I don't know if people care that much. I probably wouldn't care that much. Please definitely subscribe to this channel because there is going to be a lot of content coming in the future. Some of it Glee related, some of it not Glee related. I have a bunch of other ideas for just stuff about me and college and gay stuff, just in general. So if you're interested in that, definitely subscribe to me. I'm running out of breath. I have asthma. I cannot do this. Follow me on Instagram and on my TikTok. I post a lot of fun stuff. Not as much on my Instagram. I don't do a lot of things. Like this video, tell me what you thought. I don't know. I'm a really laid back person. I never know how to end things like this without being incredibly awkward. Before I make this any more weird and awkward, I'm just gonna leave. But thank you for watching.